I'm Alexander Chananan, here again to bring you another roundup of interesting stories that have made the headlines. Yes, it is NewsWrap, so let's get to it. The ongoing investigation into corruption in the distribution of welfare allowances for the poor has found even more irregularities in more provinces.
The Secretary General of the Public Sector Anti-Corruption Commission reported to the public that so far, mismanagement of the funds had been discovered in 53 of Thailand's 76 provinces. 87% of the 123 million baht budget earmarked for the 76 provinces, or around 107 million baht, had been mismanaged. The PACC expects to wrap up preliminary investigation of the remaining provinces by the end of May. The rampant corruption by state officials was first exposed in February by 2 university students working as trainees at Khon Kaen Protection Center for the Destitute. Horrified at being told to forge the signatures of 2,000 villagers as acknowledgement they had received their welfare allowance from the center, the 2 went to the National Council for Peace and Order and the Army's Complaint Center with evidence of what was going on. The girls' action prompted the nationwide investigation into the corruption and earned them widespread praise for their bravery.
There was another pro-democracy protest in Bangkok, and this time it was one of the biggest since the coup in 2014.
The demonstration on Saturday, March the 24th, saw over 300 demonstrators march to the army headquarters, despite police trying to stop them, to demand soldiers withdraw their support for the military government. It was the latest defiance of a ban in place that prohibits public gatherings of more than 5 people. The protesters were frustrated at the recent spate of corruption scandals and delays in a general election, which is now scheduled for February of next year.
A trip to a nearby province ended in tragedy for a charter group from Kalasin when the tour bus crashed and 18 were killed.
The private 2-decker bus was returning from Chantaburi to Kalasin on March the 22nd when the accident occurred in Nakhon Ratchasima. The bus lost control and slammed into roadside stalls, resulting in 30 injuries in addition to the fatalities. Initially, it was believed the bus's braking system had malfunctioned, but it turned out the driver was under the influence of drugs and was speeding at over 80 kilometers per hour. Police charged him with taking narcotics while driving, reckless driving leading to deaths, and speeding. This crash and others have prompted the proposed introduction of a driver's license point system in Thailand to promote road safety and better driving. Violations would result in points for that driver, with a driver reaching 12 points losing their license. Scores would be reset every year. Offenses such as not wearing a seatbelt or a helmet would be 1 point. Running a red light or driving in the wrong direction would be 2 points, while a hit and run or driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs would be the maximum 3-point penalty.
And we saw the Prime Minister wield the power of Article 44 once again, this time to sack Election Commissioner Somchai Srisuthiakon.
The reason given for Somchai's sudden dismissal was that he gave conflicting interviews to media about the steps and schedule of the upcoming general election. An order published in the Royal Gazette, signed by Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha himself, also said that Somchai had applied to become Secretary General of the Election Commission without resigning from his Election Commissioner position first, and this constituted a conflict of interest because he would become a direct stakeholder and affect the fair selection of the candidate to fill his earlier position. Article 44 allows the military government to decree any order in the name of national security. Critics fear the move to dismiss Somchai will deepen uncertainty about the regime and the gradual return to democracy. Prayut insisted the sacking of Somchai came from a request filed by law agencies.
Recently, we gave you the story of Taxi OK, but apparently this taxi is not okay. A young lady in Bangkok will be making sure to never fall asleep in a taxi ever again after an incident involving a hotel, stolen cash, and a very naughty cab driver.
Police on the Sunday of March 25th arrested the taxi driver whom the woman claimed had taken her to a motel, sexually assaulted her, and stolen 2,000 baht, or around $64 from her pocket, while she fell asleep in the taxi on the way home from a night out with friends. She told Pahon Yotin police she'd hailed a taxi in the Ratchapruk area to take her to her apartment in Hoi Quang, admitting she was tipsy from the earlier drinks with her friends. She later woke up to find herself in a room with another person who then fled. She reported what had happened to motel staff, who happened to have recorded the taxi's license plate number. With the license plate details in hand, police tracked down Adilek Lertlop and charged him with sexual assault and robbery. Adilek denied he had sexually assaulted the woman and that he had taken her to the motel because she was drunk.
And there you have it, folks, the last edition of NewsWrap for the month of March 2018. Until then, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in April.